Hey, what's going on, guys? So we're going to be casting this game between OPDA here in the blue at 1228 versus Zugzug here in the red at 1182. So it looks like he's going to be adding an effect veiler with that pot of duality to his hand. So it looks like we're seeing E.Heros from our player in the blue here. I'm not sure what our player in the red is playing at the moment, but this is going to be game 2 of something I have not seen yet. So I don't know what either player is playing. And sometimes it's just interesting to jump into a game 2 just to see what was side decked. Pretty sure our player in the blue would be playing E.Heros there. And let's see if we no Solemn Warning out of a Sangan, because sometimes when you Solemn Warning Sangan, it actually helps quite a bit. Because if your opponent needs to summon Sangan, or if they're going to summon Sangan and just go for the attack, it can reveal possibly that they don't have anything good in their hand. As far as any summonable monster. So if you negate the Sangan, you stop the search that Sangan gets. The damage really isn't too much anyways, but yeah, sometimes it can hurt if you do Solemn Warning Sangan. I know it's happened to me before, and it hurt quite a bit. Even though Solemn Warning is kind of like a power card essentially, sometimes just stopping the setup, like Solemn Warning and Earth, or Effect Veiling and Earth early on in the game, Agent Earth, but no one really plays agents anymore. But let's see what our player in the blue is going to be doing. E.Heros is a deck that can side deck or main deck Thunder King, so perhaps if we see a Thunder King come out from our player in the blue, he'll be good to go. Looks like he's still thinking of what he wants to do. And it looks like our player in the blue just happens to be passing it off to our player in the red, and so at this point, a Solemn Warning would have basically paid for itself. But I mean, he technically still has the warning. If he does have it, he would still have it set, but as far as the damage, he would have taken it anyways. So yeah, let's see what our player in the red is going to be doing. I mean, just keep on attacking with that little Sangan there, keep on poking. It looks like we're seeing a Spirit Reaper come out, and something needs to be activated in response to this, but unfortunately, Mirror Force isn't even a plus at this point. Ooh, we see a Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Which, Spirit Reaper's effect would activate, and we see a Royal Decree activated in response to the... Ooh, and we see an Effect Veiler come out, and it's going to target Spirit Reaper, although it negates Spirit Reaper's effect, so Spirit Reaper still doesn't actually die. So that's the thing, which is pretty interesting. I thought Effect Veiler would have stopped it, but apparently it makes it so Spirit Reaper is unaffected. It loses its effect, so it doesn't actually blow up. So that is a good ruling, I guess, in this episode, so you now know. So with Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, I'm trying to think what deck he's playing. Maybe Inzektors from a player in the red? I'm not sure at the moment. But maybe we'll find out soon enough. I mean, he can still exceed with those too. So he's going to go Tour Guide, and since there is Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, it won't matter because Decree's already face up. So I think our player in the blue is saying he's got the worst hand, but why would you set a card? I mean, I guess you could set like an Effect Veiler or Max C perhaps, because he didn't want to take the Spirit Reaper attack perhaps. He's going to overlay, and looks like he ends up making. Looks like he's just going to go for a big beater here, and he's just going to attack face down with 25. I would attack it with Sangan personally. Ooh, it looks like we're seeing Bubbleman here. Yeah. Oh, but if he did attack with Sangan, he wouldn't have been able to get over it, because I just don't see why you'd set something when you have potential to attack Spirit Reaper. And he's going to hit a Hero Blast, which could potentially hurt just a bit, although Decree's already face up on the field, so he might have not been able to use it anyways. So what he really does need right now is... he really needs Stratos. He really needs to get his search going off, and he's going to activate a Miracle Fusion from his hand. Oh, he's going to remove... Oh, okay, never mind. E-Hero plus Light, which would make Shining, and Shining can run over that Leviathan Dragon, so pretty good there. So let's see if our player in the blue could perhaps come back from this. I don't know, it might be possible, because Shining is quite strong in attack, and he's setting everything, so this is pretty much all in right here as far as... I don't agree with that by a long shot. I understand he gets more damage in this way. I personally would have attacked Leviathan because I guess maybe he doesn't have an answer to it. But yeah, now he's going to lose because of that. And, I mean, he does get to add Bubble Man back. He's going to attack for 35. Yeah, and he's going to take a lot of damage. But, as you guys can see, Spirit Reaper's going to... And he's going to hit the MST. Okay, so... He will take the damage, and he will discard the card. Oh, no. Never mind. He won't be able to discard a card because MST was activated. Okay. So he has one more turn to basically draw some type of monster here. And if it is a monster, he might be able to do something here. If it's a Stratos, he can overlay and make something. It can make Utopia. You can actually go for Utopia Ray. Oh, it doesn't look like that's going to happen, though. But, yeah, he definitely needs... with all that back row, it's interesting that nothing is able to be activated. And we see a Fiendish Chain come out, and it's going to target that Leviathan Dragon, so... And Bubbleman has 1200 defense, which it will be the card face down. And so he will take some damage. He'll take 200 from attacking the Bubbleman. But as you guys can see, I believe our player in the blue just made a slight misplay. I understand that he wanted to get some damage in, although I would say it's much better to get rid of, you know, a monster when you can, rather than getting some quick damage. Unless you are able to seal the deal relatively quick. If for some reason you have game, and I was correct earlier on. It looks like our player in the red is playing Inzektors, so we are seeing a Giga Brilliant summon there, and the Giga Brilliant can detach. Interesting. I don't know why I didn't overlay with the Spirit Reaper and Hornet, so that way you could still get a Sangan Search out. But, I mean, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror does kind of hurt a little bit. But we'll see what ends up happening. So he's going to Reborn the Hornet. That way he can't use the effect, but he can't use the effect of Hornet anyways. I believe that that was a strange play as well. I don't see that. Like, I don't see how that's good. I understand if our player in the red has MS, he can, you know, get rid of that and, you know, perhaps use it, but why? Because he can just attack Hornet right now. Oh, he's going to attack that. That's interesting. I would have put Hornet back in my own graveyard. But I guess Bubbleman is a card where you can exceed with it, so perhaps that was our player in the red's thinking. So let's see what our player in the blue does. He's bringing his extra deck, so perhaps he already has a level 3 in his hand. I'm trying to think what E-Hero is level 3 that they run. Generally, I don't think they do run a level 3 E-Hero. I think what else could it be? I mean, maybe he's got Effect Layer, maybe he wants to make Armoring Arm. He's going to go for an E-Call, and my guess is he's going to go for Stratos. He really needs to set up for that Stratos. That will help quite a bit. And so, yeah. So he says yes for the effect, and he's going to add a Bubbleman to his hand. And perhaps he's going to exceed. Although Giga Brilliant, I believe, did detach. I don't know, he didn't detach last turn as well. I would detach as much as I could, as fast as possible. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can argue that he wants to get more monsters on the field so that all of them get the boost. But, I mean, Giga Brilliant can go off the field and it's fine. You still get the boost as far as what was on the field before. So, it looks like we're going to see perhaps a Utopia. Oh, no, Black Corn. Now, this card is a new card. I don't recall if it's coming out in Galactic Overlord, which is the new set. But it is quite an awesome card. And what it does is it requires 2 level 4 monsters. And once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ, target 1 face-up monster. Well, it would have to be face-up because it has to check the attack and make sure the attack is equal to or less than this card. So it sends it to the graveyard and then take 1,000 damage. But it cannot attack the turn activated the effect. Your other monsters can, but he can't. And it looks like we're going to see a Smashing Ground come out. And again, guys, I don't understand why our player in the blue activated Monster Reborn to get back Hornet, especially when there's already a Shadow Imprisoning Mirror on the field. And I feel like that was just a bad play from our player in the blue. I mean, Reborn's a really great card to have. It looks like we're going to see a Centipede summon. And I guess he can... Oh, he's going to go Giga Mantis. And Giga Mantis would be unaffected, I believe, by Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, because it is treated as an equip spell, which is interesting, because Defissure still doesn't stop Inzektors, and that's going to cost it to be game here. And I definitely feel that that reborn was definitely used way too early. And it was, not only was it used way too early, it wasn't even on something good. But again, I don't understand why our player didn't exceed with the Spirit Reaper. I mean, I wouldn't be too afraid of E.Heros. I mean, especially if there's, you know, already so much back row on board. You know, it doesn't look like you're going to be able to attack anytime soon anyways with the Reaper. I don't know, that's just kind of my take on it. And our player in the red definitely had a lot of great cards as well. But yeah, again, I think our player lost just because the Reborn was activated too early. And I mean, I personally like to go for Absolute Zero. I think Absolute Zero is one of the best cards to go against Inzektors, because whatever they do, you get to blow up their field as well. So it stops them from getting too much advantage, because then they will lose their cards as well. But thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes White Dragon, signing out.